Incidentally, the pieces that I cut out, if you want to save one of those, that might be a good idea, because this was your paint color, and you can keep that if you don't have any touch-up paint on your walls. Not that we're going to need it for this, but if you ever need it for something else, you can save that, and you can take that to a paint store, and they can match up your paint with that. And if they have a hard time matching it, you can just say, oh, no problem, here's 2 pieces for you. So these are nice little things to save. Time to make up that electrical box, but I think before we do that one, let's do this easy one first, because we only got 1 wire coming out of there. First thing I want to do is strip this wire. Just going to take my sheetrock knife in there, carefully reach back as far as you can. Leave some of the sheathing sticking out. Keep your hand out of the way. We're just scoring the sheathing on the outside. I can peel that back like that. Use this, just push it on there and use it as a little saw. Hold this because it's stretchy. Pulls off. This paper comes off. Now there's a piece of paper that's around the ground wire. Just kind of get that. You can cut that off. If it doesn't come off all the way, you can use your pliers and chop at it, whatever. Okay, so that's what you're going to have coming out of your box. A white wire, a black wire, and a ground wire, which is the copper wire. I don't need the wire sticking out this far, maybe 6 inches or so, which is about there. Okay, just take my wire cutters, cut these off. 1 at a time if you want, or all 3 of them if you're a he-man. I like to just do 1 at a time. The reason why I don't like the wires much longer than that is then you got to push all that back into the wall. You know? This is plenty long. Take my wire strippers and strip off the outside about 1 inch or so on the black wire and the white wire. And if you want, you can measure this. See, that's 3/4. I need to go a bit further. And I like to go about 1 inch because, see, I'm going to wrap these around a screw on the side of the plug. See, now I can hold that one up like that. Strip it, hold it up against there. That's good. Let's see what that is. About 1 inch, I think. Yeah. Okay. That's what you want so far. See, I went to the store and I got the very same style of plug as before. Okay, so that's what I'm going to use here. Now, before I put that up there, these ears, I'm going to bend these ears off. There's a little mark there. I'm going to cut those off and fit that into the notch of the cut-in box. That way, it'll fit up tighter there, because most boxes are not cut-in boxes and they're flush. This box sticks out enough for the thickness of the tab. So if I were to screw this on here, now I've got the outside of this metal sticking out that much further, and I'm liable to have the cover plate stick off the wall a little bit. There's a definite little edge there. You want to cut those, score them, and bend them off. Because this is an easy one, we only have this amount of power wires because the power is coming from the box down below and it's just coming up here and feeding this. So that's why we only got 1 set of wires up here. We've got 2 screws on the right side, 2 screws on the left side. I'm going to screw one of those in because I only need 1 of those. And so I'll get the other one in. I don't like having those stick out inside the box. I realize the box is a plastic box, but it's just a habit that I get into. See, because I'm going to use these screws, that's why I stripped this back as far as I did. because now I'm going to put a little curlicue in the white wire and a curlicue on the black wire so I can fish them over these screws. Now there are holes in the back side, but I don't like using those because they could get loose later on down the road. So I always like to be nice and secure with the side screws.